it's almost as if you can smell a play. You can kind of smell a good play or taste it somehow. It's a very visceral experience.
Danny sent me the play and he said, I don't want to tell you anything about it, I just want you to read it. As I read it, my heart started beating faster. And I called him as soon as I finished it and I said, I hope you're thinking about Fred Molina for this role. And he said, well, as a matter of fact.
And I read it and I loved it and I knew I wanted to do it, but there was, at the time when I read it, there was no real opportunity for it. And then when Danny Feldman got in touch with me about doing something here, he gave me a list of plays that he was interested in doing, and The Father was on that list. And that just kind of really just completely was in sync with any sort of mental list I had. And I went, yeah, The Father. Oh, I'd love to do that.
I have been a huge fan of Fred's for years, and in fact tried to get him into other productions where the timing didn't work out.
Did I play hard to get?
You did, as a matter of fact. I love the Playhouse. I think what Danny's doing is so exciting here. The fact that this all aligned was really thrilling. I think this play is going to feel like a thrill ride. There's a kind of Rubik's Cube action-adventure thriller about how to unravel what's really happening, and that's incredibly exciting and also potentially terrifying and beautifully human.
This play is assuming that the audience wants to engage their own intelligence, and that I think is really crucial, because I think audiences aren't put off by a difficult plot or a strange environment. You know, they don't suddenly go, oh, I've never experienced anything like that, so therefore I'm not interested. If anything, the opposite is true. If it's something that's kind of strange and new, it's intriguing, and you know, and I think audiences are attracted to that.
I think we all can get lost in a fun house and have to navigate our way to the other side. And the fact that along the way we may not know where we are and we're questioning our own sense of what is real, that feels powerful to me, and it feels like it's an experience that everyone has had at some point.
And you know, it's a very simple thing going to the theatre. It's a contract essentially between the people on stage and the audience. You know, we all agree to kind of, you know, share a 2-hour moment or however long it is, and suspend our disbelief and be in the same space together and experience this together. And I think that may happen on a very kind of subliminal, sort of unconscious level, but it happens, and it's why people keep coming back to the theatre, you know, because it's an experience that you don't get anywhere else.
What I hope is, if you get out the other side of the fun house, that you've at least told your truth with love. And that's, I think, what I hope people get to see when they walk out.
Andre, the character I play, is a man who has clearly been very vital, a very strong man, a powerful man, a man who had presence, he had weight, he had, you know, he was authority. And we watch him, in a sense, lose all that.
The whole play is from Andre's perspective. So that gives you many options in terms of what the choices are, in terms of how a scene should be staged, in terms of the difference between the truth of Anne, his daughter, and the truth of Andre.
He has a line in the play where he says, I feel as if all my leaves are falling off. And it's a kind of beautiful image, you know, it's very simple but very eloquent.
The play really wants you to understand the kind of labyrinth and the crazy evocations and journeys and fractured narrative that is Andre's experience. Then all the choices you have to make directorially are about supporting that.
That's to me what the play's about. It's people struggling towards some kind of light.